We're here at Madera Speedway with Mr. Joyner, and he's here working on the SRL Southwest Tour cars. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what goes on a typical day here at the track?
Typical day is we try to make the thing go as fast as we possibly can. You know, obviously that's the best. Today I'm crew chiefing for Mr. Derek Thorne, who actually works for me at my shop. Good kid, got a lot of talent. And then I oversee a lot of cars. We house, 3 of them at times from my shop in Bakersfield, California. And we also do a lot of shock absorbers, a lot of front end geometry stuff. All kinds of help comes out of our shop. And I feel like we do a pretty good job. We struggled a little bit today. I don't know if it's the heat or going out early. We qualified first. We were the first ones out today. So a typical day is try to have fun. I mean, this is the most fun that a guy could have at the racetrack. It's not cutthroat. It's more laid back, family orientated, and I love it. The SRL does a good job, and I love these cars. I love racing these type of cars. They're the funnest in the country.
Are they fast?
They're very fast. This is like one of the toughest cars to drive. I feel like the best in the business have come from these ranks of racing, like Kurt Busch, Matt Crafton. The list goes on. Craig Rodman's, Derek's driven these cars, many times, and so.
What do you think about the current competition in the series?
It's tough. It's tough. I don't think anywhere in the country nowadays you can go and say it's easy, no matter what division of racing you're doing or what you're doing. But this is one of the toughest things. I race, with a Craftsman truck team. I do 4 truck teams actually, and that's one of the toughest things I've ever done. And I'd have to put this right up with that. You get knowledge from back there, and you got engineers, and you got smart guys, and you got the same thing here. There's a ton. I looked up and down the pit road, and there's engineers, there's guys that have been doing this forever, and then you got your Jim Pettits, your Mike Kankes, and your Augie Vidoviches, and your Derek Thorns. These guys, this is the real deal. This is no joke here. This is tough. I don't care how good you are, you're not just going to come here and dominate. It's tough.
So now, leaving the SRL and moving on to NASCAR, you had a little bit of a problem at the first race in the West Series. Car you worked on was disqualified.
Yeah, well, we have a new shock absorber out this year. JRI is the company, and we're the West Coast distributor. And I'm a real big fan of the JRI shock. I think the pieces are great. All the tolerances are very, very tight and precise. And, at my shop, sometimes maybe we push the envelope a little bit too hard. I try to get, the times are so close that you want to get the most out of everything you can get. And the NASCAR West Series has a time limit rule to where your shock absorber, when it has 50 pounds on it, it has to extend 6 inches. Well, it was a big mistake on my part being so greedy. And it was a really cold night in Roseville, sorry. When I push it to the limit, I try to push it right at the 100-degree temperature limit, Well, that night it happened to be like 50, 60 degrees. They were the last ones to get teched. To make a long story short, it didn't pass the shock rule, and therefore they were disqualified. I think they gave them last place points. I didn't actually crew chief that car that night. A really good friend of mine who I will apologize again. I hope he's going to watch this. I've apologized 50 times, Mr. Craig Rodman. He's my hero, and I got him disqualified. And I've tried to do my best to try to make up for it. I just hope that Jonathan Gomez doesn't lose the championship by that amount of points, because it's going to hurt me.
So now going back to the SRL, who do you predict to win tonight? Give me 3 different guys.
3 different guys? I think you always got to look at Jim Pettit when you come to a place like this here in Stockton. The guy's just the man, and him and Dwayne have been working together for a long time, and that's what it's about, is chemistry and developing new stuff. And they've stumbled onto something lately. They're really fast. We started off the year, we were on fire. Derek's a heck of a race car driver, and I feel like we got a good car underneath him. We struggled a little bit in qualifying. We were the first ones out. No big deal. We were second in practice. I think we'll be good. It's tough to pass here. You got to have a really good car to pass, so the invert's going to kind of play a big role. I think maybe Jim Pettit. I think Augie Vidovich is going to be tough. I'm not biased because we built that car or because it's all our stuff, but I think Augie's good here. He's got a really good starting spot. I think Ryan Foster might be tough too. He's starting on the front row, and that's another one of our cars, So, but I never count out the 2. The kid's he's tenacious.
Great.
He's tenacious.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck tonight with all of your cars.
Thank you.